Hey guys, so this is the first pool update that I have made in a really long time, and I changed my channel name thinking I was going to start making animal content, but that didn't really work out because every time I posted animal related videos they only got like 20 views. And I don't have time to put together a video that's only gonna sit there and get like 5 to 20 views. So I just thought that I would come in here with an update. I have my Dolphin E10 running in there. It's quite a big mess on the bottom of the pool. It looks like whatever it is may actually be stuck to the bottom of the pool, because I saw it go over it a couple of times and it's not coming off. So I've only had this pool going for about 2 weeks, week and a half, because last year I did not close for the fall and winter season 2022. I just left it because I got busy with other stuff. 2 of my rescue guinea pigs had babies last year, and so I basically spent most of the summer building and renovating guinea pig cages, and I just didn't get around to coming out here to close this. So the pool was like a dark green color, and it was a really huge mess. I thought about filming it, but then I didn't. I just wanted to get out here and get it cleaned up, and it's been raining. This year has not really been very favorable for swimming as far as weather goes. It's not really even very hot. Over the last 3 days, it's only been in like the mid to high 70s, and it's been raining a lot. So this is the first time in a few days that I've had the Dolphin out here even cleaning, because Matronics doesn't want you to get the power supply wet. Or at least that's what I saw in other reviews of it as well. So I'm just sitting out here. I did do an upgrade. I actually did a couple of upgrades. So this year I added this chlorine feeder instead of having the floaters going around in the pool, because they always got stuck in the skimmer and my kids were always throwing them out on the ground, which would make them break, and I keep having to replace those every year. They became an even bigger problem once we installed this pool and put a wall skimmer on, because of it getting stuck in front of the skimmer all the time, or stuck behind the ladder over there. And if they're getting stuck or thrown out of the pool, then they can't chlorinate your water. So I got this chlorine feeder, and it has a little knob on it right there where you increase and decrease the amount of chlorine that you have going into your pool. And I just checked it a minute ago, and the chlorine tablets that I have in there are dissolving, but there's still quite a few of them in there, and I've had them in there for about a week, and they're not dissolving as quickly as I thought they would. I thought they would be dissolving faster because of constantly being in contact with water. Like, I know if you put them in your pump basket, they're going to be gone in a couple of days. But in this case, so far, they don't seem to be dissolving super quickly, which kind of makes me happy, because then that way I know I'm not going to have to go through as much chlorine as I normally would. And then this year I got the 14-inch Intex sand filter, so I can run my water fountain. And I have a new water fountain, but I needed a different adapter to get it to be able to fit on this return because it's Intex, and the one I got didn't come with a big enough adapter for it. You gotta have a 3-inch, and so I'm waiting for that to come in, and then I'll come back in and I'll show you the new water fountain that I have. It connects to the return on the inside of your pool rather than being all connected up to like the side of the pool and all that crap. And I noticed last year whenever I hooked up the water fountain to my main pump, because I didn't have a working secondary pump last year, that it decreased a lot of the flow from the return, because I was using the return for both things. And so I think it's better to have a second pump. And plus also this return for this pump is further down the wall. Like it's almost halfway down. Whereas the return over here, if you look on the inside, is almost to the top of the pool. So in a way, I think you get better circulation for the water closer to the bottom of the pool whenever you have a return that's lower down. It's lower in the water. And I do run it just to have a little bit of extra circulation in here. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I finally found some solar heaters that I think I'm pretty happy with price-wise. So I'm gonna get at least 2 of those solar heaters and put out here, because this year in particularly, it's not very favorable, as I said, for the weather as far as the temperature of the water. The water is pretty cold, and here we are almost July, and so I don't think we're going to be getting a very hot summer this year. And so I think it would be a benefit for me to get some solar heaters. Like I said, I found some that I'm comfortable with paying the price for, and I'll be getting those here next month, and then whenever I get those, I'll come in here and I'll update on those. This guy, this is the 3rd season I've had him, and he still gets in here and he does his thing. I'll say it one more time for people in the back. Get a Dolphin U10. Get one, because nothing that I've ever tried before has ever gotten my pool clean. When it's this dirty though, some of that looks like it's staining, which will come off. Like I said, I've only had this in swimming condition for about a week and a half, so it's probably some staining down there. I don't know, when I was in there a couple of days ago, it seemed like some of it was kind of stuck to the floor of the pool. So I'm gonna probably have to get in there and get a brush, but you know, anyway, that's what's going on. And so this one here is a 16-inch sand filter. That's a chlorinator. I found that on Amazon for $29. And I've actually been for years trying to find a chlorine feeder for out here. But the prices that I would see on them would be like $100. And I'm like, all it's going to do is sit on the other side of your filter and put chlorine in your water. There's no point in spending that much money. I just never was comfortable with spending that much money on a chlorine feeder that's just going to sit there and hold some chlorine tablets. And plus also a lot of them are inline feeders, which means you have to drill holes in your piping to run the lines and then hook it to your plumbing. I can't really do that because I'm using the soft hoses. You can't drill holes in those. So a lot of them were for like in-ground pools and people who have hard plumbing on their pool. So yeah, I'm still around. I was Magical Melody on here. Now I'm on here as Cheryl's Animals. I haven't really seen a lot of interactions with my videos lately, probably because since I changed my channel name, people can't find me. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still here. Really not a whole lot going on, like I said. I mean, last year I just was too busy with guinea pigs and stuff like that. And then my mom passed away last summer. So I had a lot of personal things going on and just time got away from me. I was going to come up the 1st of November and close this like I normally do. But it turned real cold all of a sudden. And so I just didn't get to come out here and close it. So it was a really big mess. So some of what's on the bottom is from that, and it's also from the rain that we just got. Because all it's been doing for the last few days is rain. It looks like it's gonna rain now. So yeah. Oh, and I found a canopy that goes over your pool. It's made for the Intex pools. And so that's another update that I'm going to be doing, is getting that canopy, because we don't have any trees or anything around the pool. Thank God, because if we did, we'd always be fighting algae because of leaves and stuff falling in the pool during the summer because of having trees nearby. But our pool constantly is under sunlight. And when we first got this pool back in 2019, I was saying on here my previous videos that I thought the reason why the liner was bleaching was because of the chlorine I was putting in. That's what I thought it was. It actually was not. It was because of the sun constantly beating down on this pool. It used to be a dark blue when we first set it up. It was real pretty. But later that summer, and throughout the summer, like every year, it's gotten lighter and lighter. The sun, it's the sun. It wasn't the chlorine. So I'm gonna get that also, to put a little bit of shade over the pool so that it won't constantly just be having sun beating down on it, because then you have a lot of chlorine loss. Also, I'll put stabilizer in here that would still help the sun not eat away all the chlorine if the pool was somewhat shaded and a little bit less sun was getting to it. It will still help. So I'm gonna do that. So this year I probably have a little bit of content to share, because I'm gonna come back and share the water fountain. I'm gonna share the solar heaters, and I'm gonna share the canopy, unless for some reason I end up not getting any of what I have plans to get. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing this year, I think. Especially the heaters, because like right now it's just not hot. Like the water is cold. It's not hot out here. I don't think we're gonna have a very hot summer. I mean, I don't know, maybe in July we might get some heat, but that's only for the month of July. What about August and September? That's the other thing that I struggle with every year, is because our swim season is usually over by late August, because here the nights start to get cooler around like late August and beginning of September, which cools the water when it's cooler at night. So our swim season ends after about 2 months, and here lately, over the past 4 or so years, we haven't been seeing any hot weather until like June. It just started getting warm maybe the same week of my son's birthday, which was the first week of June. So, I mean, well, that's definitely what I'm saying. I mean, like, I'm definitely getting the solar heaters because I can't do this. I lost over 100 pounds, and now whenever it's cold outside or just a little bit chilly, I feel like it's freezing. I can't really get in the pool with the water cold. So, yeah, that's what it is. And then we have the same ladder that I got this back in 2021, and it's still doing good. Of course, it's a resin ladder. It would be doing well. So, I had to move it though, because for some reason that's where it used to be, but for some reason it started getting really wobbly over there. And so I moved it over here so that it could sit a little more stable and wouldn't wobble around. And then I've got, it's filled up with water, but then I also have zip ties holding it just to make sure. So, yeah. So, I mean, as soon as I can, I'll be back with some more updates. And I might change my channel name back to Magical Melody so people who were watching my channel before can actually find me. Because I haven't seen any activity on any of my videos that I made about this pool in the past. And this is the Coleman 22 by 52 Power Steel Vista 2 series. Well, we've had it sitting up here since March of 2019. And as you can see, still here. The only thing is that, like right here, some of the fabric on the top part is starting to fray, and I'm gonna take like some black Gorilla like duct tape stuff and just run across the top of there to prevent it from degrading any further. I mean, it still feels like it's hanging on. It's just like the top part, like right along there, has worn away a little bit. And it's not on all of them, but it is on a good bit. That was some more right there. So yeah, I mean, if you were thinking about getting a pool and you wanted to get one, but you didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on one, highly recommend. You know, because like I said, I mean, this pool has been standing for the last 4 years, and then before that we had an Intex. And I probably would actually still have that one, but where I went wrong was putting a salt system on it, rusted it out. So yeah, if you do get one of these pools, just don't get a salt system, because it's going to cause rust and corrosion on your pool, and it's going to ruin it. But yeah, same old pool. No broken windows, no leaking, no nothing. It's not level, but it always wasn't level. So, well, it's still hanging on. And we're still hanging in there. I'll see you in the next one.